yeah. Kids today, they want glamour, they want sex appeal, they want to go fast. That is a line so beautifully delivered by John Bernthal in the film Ford vs Ferrari while playing Ford's general manager, Lee Iacocca. And while he wasn't pitching the Mustang in that particular scene, he might as well have been, because that's exactly what this car represents. But before we jump into the specifics of this rather wonderful 1968 Fastback, let us take a quick trip down memory lane. By the 1960s, Henry Ford II, or Hank the Deuce, as he became known, had been president of the Ford Motor Company for almost 20 years. He'd taken up the position following the death of his father Edsel in 1943, which was an enormous responsibility for a then 26-year-old Hank to undertake. Despite attempts from Ford investors to push the inexperienced Hank out, he remained steadfast and would go on to transform the Ford Motor Company into a multinational corporation, raking in hundreds of millions of dollars in profit. Now, in the early 1960s, Lee Iacocca's marketing studies had concluded that if a unique-looking sporty car could be offered at an affordable price, the car would find buyers. Despite skepticism from the Deuce, Iacocca was resolute in his findings and proceeded with the development of what would become the Mustang. The car was developed in a record 18 months and was built using the Ford Falcon platform, Ford's most successful post-war car. The Mustang was then released on April 17, 1964 to huge success. Ford had forecasted sales of 100,000 units in its first year, and they sold 22,000 in just the first day. And after only 18 months, they sold over 1 million Mustangs, breaking all post-war sales records at the time. A big contributing factor to the Mustang's success was the level of customization customers could have over their cars. For example, you could choose between a variety of different engine options, which we'll discuss in a moment, a variety of transmissions, such as a 3-speed manual, a 4-speed manual, or a 3-speed auto. You could have a fastback, coupe, or convertible body style. And of course, you could play around with the interior trim. Essentially, your Mustang became a reflection of your personality. As it turns out, fastbacks were not as popular as you'd think them to be. Of the 317,404 Mustangs built in 1968, only 42,581 were fastbacks. But by 1970, fastbacks accommodated for almost half of all Mustangs built. Now, this isn't backed by science, but I'd go so far as to say that Steve McQueen and the movie Bullitt might have had something to do with that. Now, this was going to be the part of the video where we recreate the Bullitt car chase through the streets of Brentford, but apparently we don't have the production budget for that or the permission from anyone. So instead, let's pop the hood. Right, to pop the hood on a 68 Mustang, you just pull this latch here. There we go. Now, what we're looking at here is a 302 cubic inch small block V8. Which is equivalent to about 4.9 litres and puts out, I think, about 230 horsepower, which doesn't sound like much, but let's not forget that the Americans are world class at getting so few horses out of such big engines. These engines are also easily tuned, so if 230 horsepower didn't float your boat, you could always sneak a little moonshine in there and you'd be off to the races. In 1967, Ford actually widened the Mustang to accommodate 4 big block engines, and in 1968 there were around 6 different options to choose from, ranging from a 6-cylinder engine all the way up to the 428 Cobra Jet engine, once again illustrating the mass appeal of the Mustang. Inside, you're greeted with a beautiful burgundy interior, a 3-spoke Multolita steering wheel, and an automatic overdrive transmission. And being a 68 model year car, you also get seatbelts all round, so it's safe for the whole family. The overall design of the Mustang is attributed to a group of designers at Ford, and what they created led to an entirely new genre of automobile dubbed the pony car. The basic characteristics were built around a sporty, compact car for the masses, the ability to carry 4 people, and the trademark long hood, short deck, open mouth styling. It proved so popular that it literally started a pony car war with the other big American manufacturers joining the party. Chevrolet had the Camaro, Plymouth had the Barracuda, and then there was the AMC Javelin and the Pontiac Firebird. The 1970s saw a move towards bigger and heavier luxury type designs, and the Mustang essentially became a bit fat and lazy. The cars grew in every dimension except height, and they gained about 360 kilos in weight. This led to customers switching to the smaller Pintos and Mavericks, and Mustang sales continued to decline. Years later, Iacocca is actually quoted as saying, "The Mustang market never left us, we left it." While that may be true, it's also true that rising insurance premiums, stricter emissions regulations, and the oil crisis of 1973 all conspired to kill off the big V8s. And by the time the dust settled, the golden age had passed. The good news is that because they were so popular, they're not ludicrously unobtainable. In fact, this one is currently for sale with Duke of London and available to view on Custodian. So if you want some of that V8 Steve McQueen goodness in your life, then look no further. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please hit that like and subscribe button and let me know down below in the comments what you think of the 68 Fastback. As I said, this car is currently for sale with Duke of London and available to view on Custodian, so make sure to check it out. And make sure to check out Custodian as well for all your car-related needs, whether that's insurance, you're looking to buy a new car, or you're just looking to manage the ownership of your current cars. I'll leave all the links down below in the description. And make sure as well that if you want to sign up to the Apex newsletter that goes out every Sunday morning, sign up using the link in the description and you'll receive an email with all the latest content, showroom listings, articles, content like this. So if you want to receive those, hit that link. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.